In the previous lecture, we created the backend foundation, the job object, and the project setup in the VS Code. So now it's time to build our first Lightning Web Component. In this lecture, we will create a reusable jobTile LWC component. The component name will be the jobTile, and this component will display job name, company name, and salary. And more information you will learn how data flow from parent to child LWC. Okay. So one very important rule in LWC is that data flows down and event goes up. Okay, so when a parent component fetch data, it passes the data to child using @API decorator, and that's exactly we will do here. Okay, so let's go and create our first LWC component called as jobTile. Okay, so let's go there and create our component. So here we will press Command Shift P and then create Lightning Web Component. We will give the component name as a jobTile. Okay, and then we'll select the default LWC folder, and it's created. So once we create our LWC, it create three file. One is jobTile HTML, then jobTile JS, and then one is meta file. HTML is used to build the structure, and JS is used for interactivity, and the meta file is used to make this component exposed to the record page or any other pages where you want to keep this one or showcase this one. And then API version. So what we will do, let's update the API version for now to 62, and then each expose we will keep as a true. Okay, and for now we will keep everything is same. Okay, or what we can do, anyway this is child component, so it doesn't matter if you expose it or not. So for now we will keep it as a false. Okay, and then let's go into the jobTile Java jobTile JS. So here we are going to get the job record from the parent. So parent LWC will pass the job data to this jobTile, and this tile will display that data to in the HTML. So when parent pass the data to the child, we are using API decorator to get the data. So and because API decorator is public property, so we need to use here import API. Okay, API decorator, and then here what we will do, we will use @API decorator and then job record, right? So this currently this is our simple JS. The API decorator makes the property public. This means that the parent component can pass the job record into this component, this jobTile. Okay, so this is job, and let's say for now we can assign this job some dummy data. Okay, let's do and assign some dummy data. So we'll create the object, and then let's go and create something like give the field name like name, then company, and then salary. Okay, so let's give the name as sample job, then company, and for now I'll remove. I will not use these much information. I will just use name, company, and location. Name, company, and location, and salary. Let's use one salary as well. Okay, so salary we can use, and the salary range I will not use. I will just remove this range part. And yes, so this has for record, because if you go into the our object, so we have our salary, then location, and then job name. So what we will do, let's go to our VS Code, and then we will have location, company, we will have the simple name because we already have the name, and company is our, we can leave it for now. So we will have location, salary, and the name field, or let's use the company as well. Okay, I'll keep it because we have the company field as well, if you have seen that. So we have, let me see, company API. So I'll copy this one. Let's go here, and then I'll paste it here. So this is our dummy job data. Now let's go to the HTML, and we want to use this HTML to display our child parent data. So here in the template, what we will do, we will go and create one div property, and under this div we will use our first h2, I mean header, for the company name or job name. So what we are going to do, we are going to use h2, and then here we are going to use this way, then the variable dot and then name. Okay, so this way we can use our HTML to display the data from the JS. So this is the job, and then dot name. Dot operator is used to retrieve the value from the object. So first is ready, and then let's do and add some styling. So here what we will do, we will add a styling as a using class, and then we are going to use the standard Salesforce Lightning design system styling. And then let's give some styling for the h2 heading as well. So here we will add class, and then styling always start with SLDS. Okay, so now our job name is here. Then let's go and add some field for the company. So what we are going to do and how we are going to add it. So we are going to use the p keyword paragraph, and then under here will give the class as well for this one to add some styling and stylings. And here we will use for company. So how we are going to use company, then colon, and then we will use strong. I want to make it in the bold, and then here I will use simply job dot company. So I'll go into the JS, and then I'll copy this value and paste it here. So simple as that. Okay, and then once we have the company, then we are going to use some for p for salary as well. Okay, so let's go and use uh, for salary. So I'll come here under the class small, and okay, so once we have given our styling, then add some salary here. So for now I'll use a dollar symbol, and then here we will use job dot salary. Okay, so for now let's do one thing. Anyway, this is child component, but let's expose this one, and I'll showcase you how this dummy data will look like. Okay, so here we will use target, and I'll save it, and then let's go and deploy this component and see how it will look like in the UI. Anyway, this is child component, but let's see. So deploy this source to org. So our component is deployed. Let's open our org, which is already open anyway, and let's go and create some let's go and so let's go. For now let's add into the service, but later we will add for we will create our application for job. Okay, so for now let's come here under that, let's open the job record. Let me see if we can open it from here. Okay, no problem. So we can, what we can do, we can just open any of the account for now, and let's go and under there click edit page. Okay, so once your record page is loaded, let's search for our job tile. And what we are going to do, we are going to drag and drop it here. So I'll save it. Okay, so once this is saved, I'll go back again, and here you can see currently your job tile will look like this. Sample job, then company name, and then the salary. Okay, but anyway this is child component, so I'll make this as a false, and then I'll remove the target, and then I'll deploy it. Okay, so this component is not exposed to the app builder, and why? Because it is child component and used inside in another LWC only. I'll showcase you just to see how it look like. Okay, in the real project you will never build everything in one component. You break UI into a small reusable pieces like tile, card, and header, and this approach makes your code clean and maintainable. Okay, so in this lecture we created our first LWC. We learned how API decorator works, and build a reusable job tile. In the next lecture we will build a search component and learn how child to parent communication works using custom event. So that's it for this lecture. See you in the next lecture.